Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special episode of the Quiver Podcast. It's 2024. It's been 20 years since our 2004 season. We all know that season may not officially count in the UAP record books, but syempre sa mga puso mo sa lista, it counts. It's a very important year. And we're here to look back at that year. And we have a very special guest to join us to help look back at that very special 2004 season. Of course, I'm Kiko. I'm joined today by, say, Gio and Brian.
Hi, everyone.
Of course, our most important and last introduction, mas mahaba has bigger accolades than we do, longer introduction. He was from San Beda High School, went to DLSU for college, 2003 Rookie of the Year, at 16 years old, hindi biro yun. He was the first overall pick in the PBA Powerade. He was part of the Gilas national team. He was a co-finals MVP in 2007, Mythical 5 member for so many years. Of course, a UAP champion, most importantly. Welcome to the show, Mr. JV Casio. Woo.
Hello.
Thank you, JV, for being here.
Hello. Thank you for the invite.
Thank you, JV. JV, we're gonna look back at 2004. How is your memory? Fresh pa din ba siya? Looking back all those years. I will not say how old we all were back then.
I don't know. Basta ayoko sabihin pero kailangan sabihin 20 years ago talaga yon, and it just the memory is still clear for me. Yung pag-champion namin nun, the way it ends, it's very very clear to me, pero ang daming nangyari, ang daming hardships, but fortunate na nakuha natin championship nung time na yan.
All right, let's take a look at that season, JV. But first, let's look back at 2004 just to, get a feel of how long ago it was already. Frank 20 years, ang dami nangyari, yung bilis. The top movies in 2004, JV, G. O'Brien, was Shrek 2, Spider-Man 2, Passion of the Christ. So, look ba? Yung top songs nun was Yeah, ni Usher, Burn. JV, alam ko hindi ka nagpa-party eh. Hindi ka nagpa-party, hindi ka lang JV, di ba? Nasa practice ka lang lagi eh.
No, pero Usher, I like Usher.
Ayun.
Pero hindi ako nagpa-party, tama ka dun.
Yan, tama yan. Okay na, hindi ka nahabol ni Coach Franz yan, JV. Safe ka na. This Love.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Gio.
Party ka. Yan.
Ayan, that's the best party
yes,
you
of
had.
course. Naipit talaga. Kawawa nga si Jerwin dyan. Kawawa rin ata ako. Nasa ilalim rin ata ako.
But I'm sure you didn't care at the time, JV, no? That time nag-celebrate.
Ganda ng ano to.
Yan. Other songs na top during 2004, This Love ni Maroon 5. Sa OPM, si Rainbow by South Border. Tagal na rin yon. Yes Show, pero makatingis na mga yon. Well, let's not talk about them. At si Kichi Nadal, wag na wag mong sasabihin.
Yan, nasa lista, diba?
Yan, okay, nasa lista yan.
Actually, lahat familiar talaga. Mga pinapakinggan ko pa rin until now.
Till now, okay. Same tayo. So, nasa same tayo, JV. Mga same age group tayong lahat. Wag natin sabihin kung kailan. Biggest news in 2004 that's when Facebook was founded. So, JV na nag-champion kayo. Wala pa mga TikTok. Kakastart pa lang ng Facebook.
Wala pa.
Friendster yan,
Athens,
I think.
Friendster pa yun. Ewan ko kay multiply na nun. Tapos si Athens Olympics was back then. For Brian, Red Sox, na-break yung curse in 2004. And I'm not sure kung kilala mo si Kareem Abdul, JV from UST. Ayun, he turned 30 in 2004. Joke lang, hindi naman. hitting his prime. Joke lang, yun yung ano namin. But let's look back at your life as a student, JV, in 2004. Brian, why don't you ask JV?
Gusto ko tanungin kay JV una, saan ka tumatambay sa campus? Like, may go-to spot ka ba with your friends or teammates?
Mostly canteen sa C2 canteen. Before. Yes, yeah. I like yan sa canteen talaga. Pero most of the time, syempre sa sports complex. After classes, diretso na rin doon. Go training, tambay, lakasita. I don't know kung nandun pa. I don't know.
Nandun pa yata eh. Pero palipat-lipat na.
So, ayun yung mga ano. Pero outside the campus, EGI Tower, there's restaurants there. Alam ko doon kami nag-start nila Meyerhofer, nila Walsham, Kuwa, mga rookies na kasabay ko. Kumakain doon. I don't know if you remember this. Kaibigan pa yung name ng restaurant. Sisig doon. Gusto-gusto namin kasi yung sisig madami. So, hati-hati na kami doon. So, yun yung mga naalala ko. Pero, most of the time naman talaga sa sports complex. Because, syempre, our trainings there. So, after class, medyo diretso na kami doon to prepare.
Pag napupunta ka sa campus, do you wonder? Kasi parang ang dami na rin bago, no? From that time to...
Yes.
Wala na yung football field.
Wala na. Sobrang dami. I went there one time this year. The Henry C. Building, nakita ko. I went up there and actually, medyo nawawala nga ako dahil hindi ko na alam. And yung papunta lang sa sports complex, ibang-iba na rin. So, it's good. It's good. It's good to remember yung past and it's good to see the parang new Lasal.
Nabanggit mo yung sports com. So, when it comes to preparing for games, how was it for you? Yung pagpunta sa venue, focus with your teammates, paano yung
Well, at first, kasi sa first part ng career ko, sa career, siguro first couple of or 3 years, I'm still, bahay ako uwi, ganyan, and go to school. Kasi most of my teammates, mga rookies na kasama ko, or kasabay ko, mga nagdo-dorm. So ako, I feel I have a different routine. And also, kung sa practice man, preparation sa practice, I have to go home after practice and nagtatapos kami around 8:30 to 9 ng gabi. And I still have to go home and yun, then wake up early morning tomorrow, the next day, to go to class. Classes usually start at 9 or 10, mga ganong oras, I think. And if there's a game day, afternoon naman. So, every time commute, if I can, mga ganyan, commute pa rin. Then, minsan, kasabay na kami ng mga teammates. Teammate with a car. I remember Rico had a car. Cholo also, mga ganyan. So, sumasabay-sabay. Mga ganun lang. Typical player, how they go through by their day or their practices in even games.
Malayo ba yung inuuwian mo or was it close to the campus?
I live in Parañaque. So,
same. Ako din.
Ayun,
Hindi ganun kalayo.
Hindi naman ganun kalayo pero syempre,
Traffic.
traveling Parañaque, parang malayo na rin.
Definitely. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. I know that commute din. So, let's ask kasi, di ba sabi mo, nung first 3 years mo, uwian ka pa. So, you eventually went to the dorm na din? Parang
Yes, so actually, sa last year ko lang ako nag-dorm and I had my first car, I think, yes, 4th year ko ata yun. And fortunate ako na nagkaroon na ng car so I can go around wherever I can. And so, yeah, nung sa dorm naman, I had experience bandang last year, nakita ko na mas madali yung pagdo-dorm. Pero it's just me trying to experience all those things.
Did any memory last ba dun sa dorm? Parang ganun ba? May kwento ka ba sa dorm na parang naalala mo pa din now? Mga kwentong dorm? Or
yeah, we asked some questions, JV, from audience members natin. Na they were saying, si Mike Sia was saying, ano mga kwentong dorm and gimmicks nung team nung time na yon. I'm sure medyo mga confidential. So I'm sure ingat ka sa mga teammates niyo. May ka dito, JV. Balikan ka naman.
Siguro mas makwento yung iba kong teammates. Pero nag-stay ako sa dorm together with, kasi before the first dorm, I didn't stay there sa Dominga pa yon. And marami sila doon. And I know even Binil players, athletes, student athletes were there also. Hindi ako doon nagstay pero nung nalipat siya actually doon sa Castro Street, there's a building there like you can parang 3 or 4 athletes per room, so medyo confined siya. And kasama ko noon si 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 Walsham Cholo, I think. Well, kasi medyo last year na namin, so medyo na rin kami, hindi na masyado nagsama-sama. Maybe if I would have stayed mga first couple of years ko, mas marami ako maikwento tungkol sa dorm, pero medyo we have our own things na rin to, parang own things to do during those years. Kaya wala ako talaga masyado makwento, pero it was still an experience, and I'm glad na na-try ko rin.
All right. Next question, JV. I'm sure you still watch the UAP now, right? And remembering your time, what's the biggest differences that you see between the UAP then and UAP now?
I believe the talent today is crazy, grabe. Guards can do whatever they want in the court. Big man's also playing guards. And taller, mas malaki mga bigs. I mean, high flyers all around. The talent is there. I think it's yung skills, medyo mas angat talaga mga bata ngayon. But there's also parang kino-consider ko rin na a little bit older ang mga players ngayon in college, probably because of the senior high. So they have the time and siguro mga skills coach, they've got those before wala pa. So yung skill level at probably kung babase ko lang sa age ko, mas grabe. mas ahead.
Okay. For our next segment, JV, we have this segment called Derochahan. So parang fast talk namin to. Quick questions for you. It's very easy. Nakabahan. Rookie of the Year kasi you're the first one to have this segment. It's sponsored by Blue Fire LPGs. So Brian, take it away.
Sige. Let's name first your funniest teammate. It's a Lasal.
Funniest dalawang teammate. Masasabi ko eh.
Sige.
Si Rico and si Rico Merhofer and PJ Walsham.
What makes them funny for you?
Tandem silang dalawa. Whenever you have those two guys, wala. Sobrang saya.
And then funniest memory from this 2004 season na pag-uusapan natin.
Well, ang binabalik-balikan namin sa 2004. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ano ba? It's just I think yung I can't say it's funny, pero yun nga, we started 4-4, then we won 9 straight. It's funny how we look back na that was hard.
Yeah.
Nanghirap, pero pinag-uusapan namin na I think yun yung click, yun yung naging ng team. Kaya kami nag-champion because of that, from 4-4 to 9 straight games.
And then we named yung funniest teammate. So tanongin natin, sino yung teammate na pinakatahimik?
Kausap nyo na.
Okay.
Well, at least now hindi ka na quiet.
Yes.
At least hindi ka How about your noisiest?
Noisiest, well, if yung 2004, kung babase natin doon, masasabi ko pwedeng si Walsham rin, pwedeng si Cardona. Yan, mga masaya kasama.
And yung pinakapasaway?
Nako. madami dyan.
Madami. Sino hindi na lang.
Ako ata yung una, biro lang. Pasaway, well, mahirap sabihin, baka magalit naman sila. Pero hindi naman pasaway, pero, well, actually madami. I mean, Ryan can be pasaway, pero kung sa basketball terms, maraming pinapagalitan si Coach Franz, ganyan. Kung sa basketball, maraming pinapagalitan. Actually, halos lahat kailangan pinapagalitan niya. So, kaya sinabi ko madami, halos lahat ng team napapagalitan ni Coach Franz.
And ito, medyo mapapaisip ka ng konti. So, we will ask dalawang players sa league na hindi naglaro for Lasal during your time na you would have wanted na kakampi mo sa Lasal. So, kalaban sa...
Yung 2004 to, no?
Na 2004. Yes,
well, isa is LA Tenorio. Naging teammate ko rin siya kasi nung San Beda before, pero kalaban ko siya sa Ateneo. sa UAP. Although Ateneo nga lang siya, pero I respect him. Kuya ko rin yun. And isa pa.
Mukhang may bulldog ka dyan, JV, ah. May taga-N yata dyan na, ano.
Yes, hanap ako. Ito yung aso ko.
Ayan.
Medyo kinukulit ako eh. Nagpapaano.
Yeah, sige. Sama lang siya.
Yun. Isa pa. Nag-iisip ako ng big na I respect the game. Probably 2004, Arwin Santos. His game is solid, very solid.
Ayan. Tapos, meron ka bang favorite opponent to play against? Yung tipong pag nakita mo siya, ayaw naman natin sabihing mayabang, pero you like the match against this player. Parang ganun.
Okay. So, lahat na babase ko lang sa 2004 siguro dahil 20 years. Pero marami naman actually kung ibabase ko pa yung mga susunod na years. Pero sa 2004, I was really looking forward against Lito Noyo. Kasi napakagaling niya. We all know what he can do. And yun nga, kasi kalaban ko siya college, kakabi ko siya high school. So, parang gusto ko magpakita rin sa kanya. Kaya, looking forward to pag siya. And siguro isa rin is Tenok Miranda ng finals. Kasi siya yung number 1 point guard. So, gusto mo pahirapan yung mga ganong players.
Speaking of opponents, how about may most annoying opponent ba? Could be a particular person, pwede ring team na parang medyo irritable or parang gusto mo talaga talunin sa laro?
Well, alam niyo naman, syempre sa rival natin yun. So may player doon na gusto mong medyo pesky player pero I respect his game. Si Maki Escalona, I remember whenever he faced me talagang it's all around me. Yung mga times na yun. Pero marami pa, kung sa latter part ng career ko, sobrang halos lahat ng teams may mga pesky players na mabantay sa akin.
Don't worry, JV. I'm sure ikaw if we ask them this question, ikaw yung pinaka-annoying sa kanila. Kasi lagi mo sila tinatalo. So I'm sure that's not a problem.
I still respect his game kasi yes, he could be annoying pero the way he plays, very hardworking. Yeah. Talagang gusto kanya pahirapan.
And last dito sa segment na to is, nabanggit mo kanina na maraming napapagalitan si Coach Franz. From your memory, sino yung tingin mo pinaka napagalitan?
Meyer Hofer, sigurado yun. Kung mapunta siya dito, ask niyo sa kanya lahat. Puppy eyes niya. Itanong niyo yung puppy eyes. At saka kung paano siya ibababa sa lupa daw. Yan.
Okay, ayan. Sige, we'll make sure to ask si Rico if ever napag-guest namin siya dito.
Yes.
Again, we'll make sure. Sabi ni JV ito yung bilin niya. Alright. Let's go to looking back at the 2004 season, Jay. But before that, I think it's important to see what happened in 2003. Rookie year mo, Rookie of the Year ka. It was a young team. 8 kayong rookies. Yes. But, nag-Final 4 kayo against Ateneo. Even though you even won that first game, yung big game ni Joseph Yo. You won it in overtime. Then suddenly, we just fell short in that second game. Pero kaya yun eh. Given, how was that experience for you, for the team? Did that give you confidence going into 2004 na, wow, bata na kami, nakasabay kami sa Ateneo. We pushed them to the limit. 2004, it's our time to, shine. Makaka-contend na kami for the finals.
Actually, for me, the team, hindi ko ina-expect kami yung parang hindi pa kagad mag-finals. The way we started noong 2004, 4-4, diba? Pero going back sa 2003, I really respect that team so much because of the hard work. And with 8 rookies, parang bago lang namin na-experience yung UAP eh. But Coach Franz really made it somehow easy, pero it wasn't easy, sigurado. The way we practice, hindi talaga madali. Pero we competed as a young team. We competed, we won even yung playoffs, one game against Ateneo. It was really hard. Pero maybe we could say na that team really developed early on noong 2003 to be competitive noong 2004. And going back sa 2004, there is nga yung 4-4 yung nag-start. Pero once we get rolling, parang the confidence level goes up. So we took it all the way hanggang sa finals.
I remember that Final Four series, sobrang init nun di ba? Si LA,
Yes.
kay Jerwin. Yung crowd nun, nag-chant pa na, di ba, si Gago, si Wesley Bading, hala ko yun I was there that game.
Oh, the crowd there was 2003, grabe yun. The way, yun nga, di ba, nangyari na, nakita naman yung nangyari, yung kaguluhan na nangyari. It just shows na we did back down, even though we were a young
Yes.
team. So, and the crowd was amazing actually. It was amazing for both schools, pero competitive, and we felt the rivalry, we felt parang the importance of that. So it na-develop kami dahil doon.
Yeah. Brian, you have a question?
So yun, nabanggit mo yung rivalry. How, as someone na nanonood pa din ng games, how do you think naging friendlier na yung rivalry now between LaSalle and Ateneo? Parang hindi na siya tulad ng dati?
Well, I still feel there's still that rivalry. Pero the respect is much better siguro ngayon compared before. Before talaga iba yung gusto mo lang talunin sila. Hindi lang gusto mong talunin, kundi more. I believe you know what I meant, more kung ano yung sabihin nun. And I feel the same way pag mga nakakausap pa naman yung mga from the Ateneo side, mga other Pero right now, I just feel the rivalry is still there. It's just there's a lot more respect.
Yeah. Pero yung nag-iba rin, hindi pa rin nag-iba JV na pagkalaban Ateneo, di ka na mag-aircon sa Araneta or sa MOA, mahangin pa rin, di ba? I'm sure nung time nyo, hindi pa kayo nahihirapan dun sa warm-up na mga Atenista kalaban, kailangan extra warm-up kayo. No?
Ito talaga, the first time I experienced running out from the dugout to the inside the court nung Ateneo Lasal game. Grabe yung hangin. No, I just really felt that yung wind in my face nung tumakbo ako sa court, because
iba talaga.
The atmosphere is really different. I don't know right now, pero I just remember nung first time ako tumakbo during Ateneo Lasal, my first game sa Ateneo Lasal, the wind was like parang may signal number 4 or 5, I don't know. No, pero it's just the feeling and the atmosphere was really different.
Yeah. Then going into 2004 GB, our first game was against Ateneo. I remember we were leading.
Yes.
We were leading. The second half, they made the run. I'm sure signal number 7, signal number 8 na tayo noon, nanalo sila. How were you, the team during that game? I'm sure you're hyped up, but losing the lead and that first game, dropping that first game to the rivals Ateneo. How was the team back then? Was it a downer?
I forgot about the game.
Okay lang.
Remembering.
Rin namin yun. Pagtalas tayo, nakalimutan rin namin, JB.
Madali makalimutan talaga yung mga gana.
Kinakalimutan dapat yon.
Yes, I agree. Pero, yeah, remembering that game, siguro kaya kami nag 4-4 nung start. Parang, yes, we know we could compete, pero we were, then we got a much lead sa Ateneo, then natalo pa. They came back and won that game. And I think that's why nag-struggle kami at the first round because of that. Pero yun nga, and we turned it around.
Yun nga. So after that game, you beat FEU, di ba, defending champions, but you ended that first round 4-3, lost to FEU in the second round first game na 4-4. Mm-hmm. So that was big kasi we beat FEU, tambak yun I remember that game Plus we lost in the second round 4-4. Now it tells us JV is the turning point, di ba? I'm sure ang daming doubts noon with the team. How do you tell us about how the team was feeling when you went 4-4, and what happened? What changed? What made it the turning point in that year?
There is yung, syempre, Mac Cardona was really great. Joseph Yo coming off the bench also was great. Pero some of the players stepped up also. Ryan Aranya, I think he had breakout games, especially sophomore years and third year niya. Pero Jerwin was very solid. I think hindi namin mention si Junjun Kabatu. he is a wing. He plays wing, pero he plays center for us during that time. And he created a lot of mismatches and very smart defensively. And it's just parang it all came together. Those veterans players lead us. And with Coach Franz always, ang maganda kay Coach Franz kasi mapa-veterano ka o mapa-senior ka or rookie, parang there is that same yung eyes niya na papagalitan ka na just to remind you what you are supposed to do. And the team just really came together, especially that stretch. Actually, during that time, may sinasabi na sophomore jinx sa akin na coming from rookie year ko maganda. Then, actually, my numbers were low nung time na yon, sophomore year. Pero, it's just, TY played much better. It's just everything went well for us.
And so, wanted to ask about, coming into 2004, most of the players are still young, mas third year, second year, fourth year. So, paano yung leadership dynamic sa team? Like, meron bang nag-emerge na individual na nagli-lead, or is it more of a collective
Our
part?
leader then was really Junjun, Mac, Cardona, and Joseph Yo. And when you have those guys, kahit sino pa katapat nyo, talagang lalakas loob nyo. Dahil the way they bring themselves to the team, the angas factor, the confidence factor, they have those, and nadala nila sa amin mga bata. And yung mga leaders na yun, syempre talaga hindi magba-back down sa mga iba, sa mga opponents. And we saw that, and we try to, syempre copy that, and we look up to them.
When you say, JB, in that second round, after that game against FU, was there a specific moment that turned it around, or everything just came together nung we went on that winning streak already?
Yeah, it's just maybe there was, pero again, 20 years ago, hindi ko maalala lahat. Pero but I just believe it all came together. There was close games, I believe, nung second during that stretch, but we overcome it, and it's just I don't know. And I believe nung finals playoffs namin against Ateneo, I correct me if I'm wrong, kung na-swept ba namin sila. I think we swept them.
Yes.
And all of those games, medyo tambak, medyo maganda yung leads namin. And I think doon talaga na-develop rin yung kumpiyansa namin going to the finals.
Yeah. So let's go, JB, into that virtual best of 3. We had a tiebreaker for yung twice to beat, diba? Then we played them in that Final Four game. We remember in those games, it would always be close in sa first half. Then guys would put on a run in the second half. May nilabas kayong full court press, or may nilabas si Coach Franz na biglang was that something you guys planned, or it just happened na nag-click kayo ng third quarter na yun?
The key, I think, for Coach Franz is because of his training sa amin, especially during the summer. It's really, really hard. He prepares us on all levels of hardship, hindi lang physically kundi mentally. And nung every time yung mga second half, parang everything changes, di ba? Natatambakan namin, gumaganda yung press. But we're just staying the same. What we show in the first half, mostly teams are ready on us for the first half. In the second half, we stay the same. We run the press, we work harder, and I think that those were the keys also why may advantage kami. It's because we pick on the right time, and our level of staying energy on our press, on the court, stays the same. That's why and a good thing for us, yung level nga stays the same kahit first group yan, second group, even the third group. Are ready to give those energy.
And JV, and looking back, kasi the time, we were really known for yung DLCs for the Pumaren press, diba? Diba? How was it
Yes.
learning that system, learning that press, going and training and planting in games? Ang mahirap ba siya? As in, pinakita ba kayo ni Coach Franz doon? What was the secret to it? Kasi teams couldn't solve the press diba?
The secret is yung energy drink. We before practice, I tell you, hindi ko nga magets bakit nung latter part ng career ko, hindi na ako nagtitake ng energy drink going to practice or even kahit saang team ako pumasok. Pero kay Coach Franz nung rookie year ko, sophomore year, I don't know if you remember yung Beroka.
Yes.
Mali pala. No. Extra Diyos.
Extra
Diyos. Oh my goodness. Extra Diyos. We took it before practice kasi alam namin kung gaano kahirap ang practice nung time, during that time, rookie year, sophomore year. Sobra hirap. Those 3 hours, 4 hours, it's just different. But na-develop namin during sa latter part ng career.
Yeah. Co-rookie of the year pala yung Extra Just JV, no? Co-rookie of the year mo dahil doon. So, how was it for you beating LA, beating Raus Ateneo in a virtual versus 3? Those were heated games. How was it fulfilling for the team? Grabe ba yung trash talk? Yeah.
There is, ang dami. I couldn't remember all of it, pero ang dami. Pero it's just, what I admire in playing against Ateneo, the rivalry, is it brings out the best in you rin. And I believe that's the same thing for them. And yun nga, when we always play them, we just really try to do our best. And Coach Franz always remind us, and the crowd remind us. So beating them, there's such fulfillment, of course.
JV, we asked our audience submit their questions, and it seems like everyone loves this 2004 team. We have one commenter here, si Mark Esparas. He said, I don't know what to ask, at palagi ko nga sinasabi, this LaSalle team is the epitome of ubod ng yabang. Probably one of the most hated team of any generation by others, but the one most loved by the LaSallian community. This team walked their talk, and who was the two better to lead the team in the two most angas players of all time, Yo and Cardona? Do you agree with that, JV?
I definitely agree. But angas factor, it's just confidence actually. I remember always na sinasabi ni Coach Franz na confidence is okay as long as you can back it up. And those players back it up because they work hard for it. They have been working. I mean, they've been a rookie with Renzen Retualo, with Mike Cortez, with all of those guys before them. Parang dinaanan nila yung process yung ganun So, I believe ganun rin naman yung sa amin. That's why Meyer Hofer, we have that angst. Ryan Aranya also have that. T.Y. Tang has that. Cholo Villanueva. Because that's how we saw our veterans before. And yun nga, they have that confident level. The confidence is very high. Pero they could back it up because people don't see how they work hard. How they work hard in the practices.
Okay. Now, looking JV towards the finals. Playing the defending champions, FEU. Loaded yung team na yun. They had Arwin Santos, Denok Miranda, Mark Isip, diba?
Yeah.
Fully loaded. Rizada. What were your expectations? Did you feel going to the final series? Did you feel na, kaya natin to? Kasi you beat them in the first round Per second round, binawian tayo. Or may kaba na malakas tong FEU na to?
Personally, kung sa akin base, I didn't feel really na sobrang lakas nila. Yun nga, you said we were 1-1 then. Pero when you say those players, yung lineup, mas malakas nga talaga. Talagang mas advantage sila all throughout, from point guard to the big. They have really advantage. Probably they have guards who can guard Joseph Yo, mga Cardona, mga athletic wings, mahaba mga kamay. So they are complete, and they came from the championship, so very well respected. Pero as a team, I think we were confident. It showed in game one. It showed in game one that we know we could beat that team. But we know also that it will not be easy because you have those guys, Denok Miranda, Arwin Santos, Isip, Pesada. So, hindi alam rin namin hindi madali. Pero if kung takot, walang takot.
Yeah. And that first game, JV, we ended that first quarter 24-10. Don't worry, hindi namin to memorize. Research namin to. 24-10.
I don't know the score. So
24-10, then it was really not a close game. How did that feel? Did it give you confidence going into game 2? Tapos game 2, binawian naman tayo. They took control most of that game, di ba?
Actually, sa games, this is my personal sa games sa finals. Game 1 and game 2, kung sa game ko lang, I really struggled. I believe I had no points during game 1 and game 2. I don't know if I had assists or anything. So my mind was, I was happy we won game 1. In game 2, I was really angry at myself na wala pa rin ako na-contribute. And what I remember sa game 2, because syempre they were ready, they came back, so props for them for that. But medyo mas nag-focus ako sa game ko kasi I really didn't do anything much. And I remember this na after that game, I was the one coach pointed out. Talagang ako yung siningle out niya nung game 2. Na talagang pinagalitan niya ako on the front of the whole team. So, it woke me up. It woke me up during the after that game.
And here we go, JV. Game 3, final game of the series. Big game. Hello. And hi. And so, final game of the series. Napagitan ni Coach Franz after game 2. What was your mindset going to that final game? And the rest of the team's mindset?
Yes, mindset. Yes, that's just a do or die game. Everyone, I believe, was very ready, and it's just different playing on game 3 yung mga ganong do or die game. Parang you cannot expect what parang hindi mo ma-expect what will happen. You cannot really expect. It's just coming out there and be on your own. Be on your own and play, just give it your all. So parang ganun yung nangyari sa amin nung time na yun. And ako, personally, I just worked my butt off. I didn't care what happened during game 1 and game 2. I remember vividly Coach Dan Rose, our trainer, helped me in the shooting part after end of the practice. And I just focus on there, work on my shot. And he helped me out and just going to the game 3. And good thing, maganda yung naging result ng game 3.
Yeah. And that game 3 was back and forth, di ba? And that was really intense game, both teams going all out. That final sequence, I remember, it was like you were trading leads. We went on a 4-point run. Si Jerwin, si Joseph nakascore, but they came right back. Na si Mark Isip made 2 straight backhits to give FEU the lead. Then, all right, how about we cue the G? I want to cue the video for JV para we can go take a walk down memory lane. JV, looking at this play, this was your game winner, right? What was going through your mind after Isip made that shot? Were you motivated to, I have to make the shot, this is my moment to shine, my moment to help contribute to the team?
So, no, actually, during that time when Mark Isip made that shot, this is what I remember. Ito talaga naalala ko. Kasi hindi ko makalimutan yung shot na yun. Pero ito naalala ko. I just inbound the ball right away. Brought the ball down. And it was blank. Wala talaga akong naisip. It was blank at that moment. I did not know what to expect. When I got the ball from Junjun, I don't know what happened. hindi ako ready tumira. Pero tumalon si Denok. Then all I saw was
finake
the
mo
rim.
siya. Yeah.
Actually, hindi ko finake. As in, wala pa akong gagawin dapat sa bola nun. Tumalon lang siya.
Okay.
Kala ng marami, nag-finake ko yung bola. Actually, wala. As in, I was not going to shoot. I don't know if I'm going to pass. I don't know who was there. Pero, then Denok jumped. After that jump, all I saw was the rim. And I just took the shot. And, yeah. And it pumasok. And all I have to do is shout lang talaga because yun lang talaga pwede kong magawa. Pero that shout was because of the struggles I had with game 1, game 2.
The sophomore slump you were saying during the season.
Yeah, so I let everything out. If you can see here, yan, ito sa video na to. As Junjun got the ball. There. I
open
wasn't
si
gonna
Joseph.
do it. Open si Joseph. And I didn't see Jerwin sa ilalim. It just Denok jump. And then all I saw was the rim. And actually, if from a coaching standpoint, it was a bad shot. But I made it. So it was a good shot.
yung no, yes.
Yes.
Actually, ganun rin na. When I was watching that game, GV, I remember being in the stands. Yun yung reaction ko But thank you. Good thing, buti lang di mo pinasa talaga. And the rest is history. And we saw that scream, yung emotion na yon. That's really all your release after all that year of struggling during 2004, right? That was the...
Yes.
Yeah. Then, but FEU still had a chance to come back. Si Denok Miranda drove in Los Angeles. We have a question here from Jonas Reyes. Sabi niya, anong pakiramdam nung umiikot-ikot sa ring yung tira ni Denok nung Game 3?
Actually, nakita ko na lang yon during the game. I was looking at the referee for a travel call. Kung ako yung sa vision ko.
Traveling.
Kasi I felt travel. Nag-call ako ng travel. Pero I saw the ball rimmed out and I tried to jump sa Land of the Giants pero wala ata akong naabot. Pero then, it's just, when we saw that miss, you can see everyone, our bigs, Jun Cubs, si Jerwin, Mac was there trying to get that ball because that was the chance, that was the opportunity for us to get that championship. So, sabi, may nakita, I remember, kasi I am watching that video from time to time actually just because lumalabas sa feed mo hindi mo makalimutan.
Yes.
You can see how Mac was already smiling when he got the ball. See, everyone really wanted that ball.
Nga, sumingit ka dyan, JV.
Sumingit ako. Hindi ako nakita.
What can you say about Mac running towards the FEU bench?
That's just being Mac Cardona.
Then finally, Mac split his free throws. Jeff Chan makes a desperation 3. Way off. Final buzzer. Describe to us that feeling, JV, the championship feeling. After a year, you guys went 4-4, all those doubts, your personal struggles that year. Tell us, describe the feeling to us of finally winning the championship.
It's just, no words can explain the feeling after that buzzer sounds. But you can see everyone, coming together, piling up. I just remember Joseph was hugging me, siguro thanking me for that shot. Hindi niya ako pinakawalan nung time na yon. Pero it just amazes me. And nakita rin namin yung closeness ng togetherness ng team na yon. It's just that championship was parang a gift for all the hard work that the team. And I just also have to comment also, not only the team, it's just also yung management, the alumni, who was very close sa team. The crowd, I can say the crowd is always there. It's always there. So, yeah, and it's just accumulation of all of that. And it was really, really parang satisfying.
Brian, anything from you in terms of
So, do we touch on what happened after that?
Okay, all right. So, let's fast forward a year later, JV.
Yes.
2005, Game 2, then the news came out that LaSalle was returning the 2004 championship.
Yeah.
there were some issues with some of our players' eligibilities. First of all, how did that make you feel when you heard that news?
Um, I was we know about that news really, yung details of that news after that finals game. Coach Franz didn't wanted us to really know yung mga details during the finals. Pero beforehand, there was a talk. There was a talk na about that. Something's going on. Pero hindi pa talaga namin alam yung details. After lang namin alam. So, Coach Franz wanted us to focus on the finals. But it may have an effect already on the team. It may, but I couldn't say. I would not speak for the others, of course. Sa akin, actually sa akin walang effect medyo nung ano na yon. I was really focused on that I just wanted to win that championship again. But again, FU was also very very good team nung time na yon.
So, how do you see, looking back, JV, how do you see, because officially the UAP doesn't, since LaSalle returned the championship, it's not officially in the UAP record books, but as a player, as going through that, having that legendary shot, will be in everyone's memory forever, diba? How do you see that 2004 championship? Do you still see it fully? Do you feel differently about it?
No, I still feel it fully. It's ours. For me, it's really ours. We felt it. We held the trophy, everything. Everyone saw it. And it was a balanced and game. It was a very, very good game, actually. That series was a good, very entertaining. It was for the fans, for the school. And just, if you're a basketball fanatic, you know that game was really a basketball game that everyone can watch kasi it was a fair fought game.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a tough year. It was that followed those two tough years for LaSalle after. But yeah, we will always have that 2004 memories. And of course, 2007 is a different story after going through all the JV. In 3 years' time, we'll have you back, hopefully, for the 2007 look back, hopefully.
Okay.
We'll invite you back. That's another special year. We just have to go through, we can go through a few more of our audience questions.
Okay.
Leo San Juan said, hindi ba mabigat yung mga uniforms nyo? 2004.
Kasi bagay
Yung mga
yata
K-Swift. K-Swift not Brian with the long shorts na yun, di ba?
Yes, actually, totoo yun. I realized it sa mga jerseys namin ngayon here sa PBA. And ang bigat nga ng mga jerseys back then. Hindi compared ngayon. Pero during that time, you couldn't feel it. It's just a uniform, of course. Proud to wear it. Pero ngayon, na-realize ko, ang bigat nga ng jerseys na yun.
Yeah. Brian, any more questions from the audience that you want to share with JV?
Nabanggit naman na yung nangyari dun sa 2004 championship. So I guess just to have an additional question from Kisan Briones. After receiving the news of suspension, do you find the sanction too much, considering it's the basketball team and not the whole school? Parang nabigyan natin yung championship. So parang too much ba na sinuspend pa tayo?
Yes, it was too much to include other sports also, and medyo yun yung masakit talaga. For sure, I will not speak for others, but for me yun yung masakit. Syempre it was the basketball team. Unfortunate things happened, ganyan. We do not condone those things, of course, but affecting other sports or the whole school for that matter, it was a little bit too much. Kasi again, we all know basketball is the parang face of the UAP nung time na yon. But it's just affecting other sports didn't help. Those are student athletes. Parang why take away their chance to compete for being a student athlete.
Right. Thank you, JV. I guess one last question before we end today's episode. JV, or last thing, what's your message to LaSalle fans about that 2004 championship? What it meant to you, what it meant to the community. Looking back 20 years, now that years have gone, diba? What does it mean to you now?
It really means a lot. Again, I really appreciate yung sinabi ko kanina, how the fans are. They have been always there, supporting, cheering, parang minsan pa fighting for the school, for the pride of the school, and we try to do the same. That's only the one way we can get back, is giving it our all on the court, giving it all for the school, for the alumni, for the fans of the school. So we are grateful. Of course, we are blessed to have that and to experience that. It's just too much. I am very thankful for that.
All right. And we're very thankful for having you here, JV. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the big shot and all the memories you gave LaSalle basketball throughout the years. JV is one of the most legendary LaSalle players, but also he's one of the most humble players to wear that LaSalle jersey, despite all the things and talents that he has in that court. So thank you, JV, for joining us. I thank everyone for listening. We're the Quiver Podcast. Follow us on social media. You can watch our episodes on YouTube. Listen to us on our episodes, on our podcast on Spotify as well. We'll be continuing to covering the games throughout this season. The current team, if they can emulate JV and his legendary success, we'll wait and see if the current UAP team can. How about you, JV? What's your prediction for the season? Champion ba tayo ulit? Back to back?
Of course, champion always. Kahit natalo tayo, champion pa rin. Pero
that's the one.
no, they have the talent, they have the pieces. Coach Topex is very, very perfect for the team. Just a matter of, again, believing on them, on each other, and also the fans, alumni, everyone coming together. Win or lose, of course, I know they will be there. Pero masakit man, syempre magsalita iba. It's just we all want to win. Pero it's part of it. All of those are part of it, and how we rise above it. And I believe this team can do it. It's just the challenge is still there. Nothing comes easy. Kaya kailangan they will be ready, and I believe they are, with KQ there and Phillips. I think they still can win this challenge.
And ang hirap mag back-to-back, right, JV? One of the biggest challenges.
Back-to-back
to UAP.
I have not done it, although yes, I've been to 4 straight finals. Hindi madali talaga, hindi madali. And I think this is the time sa LaSalle na they are, maybe during Embala time, they are the parang very, sila yung
talent-wise.
Oo, nandun talaga. So, they cannot let down. Yun lang talaga. That's it. They cannot let down. It shows in the first game pa nga lang against NU. Teams are ready for them. So, they have to be ready.
All right. That's it for today, JV. Thank you for joining us. Hope we can have you again on the show soon.
Thank you.
And we'll be sure to have you back for the 2007 look back in 3 years' time, hopefully.
Right.
So, thank you again, JV. Thank you everyone for listening. As we always say, guys,
Animo
Animo
Lasal.
Lasal.